Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, let's talk about Krishna now today. So I will start with one beautiful verse from Madhurāṣṭakam. Vallabhacharya writes this Madhurāṣṭakam, 8 verses, very beautiful. It is saying, Adharam madhuram vadanam madhuram nayanam madhuram hasitam madhuram hridayam madhuram gamanam madhuram Madhuradipate akhilam madhuram adharam madhuram vadanam madhuram nayanam madhuram hridayam madhuram. Okay, so very beautiful song Madhurāṣṭakam written by Vallabhacharya. Here she says adharam, Krishna's lips are very sweet. Vadanam Madhuram, his face is so sweet. Nayanam Madhuram, his eyes are very beautiful, sweet. And his smile, Hasitam Madhuram. Hridayam, his heart, feelings are sweet. Gamanam, his walking style is very sweet. And he is Madhura Dipate Akhilam Madhuram. Krishna is the supreme personality of sweetness. We discussed this point last class, and today we will continue from there. So, last class we established one fundamental truth, and that truth is that Krishna is the supreme personality of sweetness. And today we are not going to define sweetness philosophically, but we will see how Krishna lives his sweetness, how Krishna expresses his sweetness. We understood he is a sweet person. Madhuradipate akhilam madhuram. Now, sweetness is not some idea, it is an expression. Krishna expresses his sweetness in so many different ways. And Krishna expresses his sweetness in his beautiful form that is called venu-mādhurya. So one is venu-mādhurya, by his beautiful form, he expresses his sweetness. And second is he expresses his sweetness in his activities. His activities are also very sweet, and that is called līlā-mādhurya. And he also expresses his sweetness through his relationship. So today we are going to discuss these 3 broad categories, and I'll add something more if I can remember. So let's start with the first one, which is Rupa-mādhurya, Krishna's beautiful form. Because generally in many traditions, spiritual traditions, God is generally considered as having no form. Islam, they say God has no form. And some other traditions, uh, they God's form is very majestic that you cannot even look directly, because that is so powerful or so glaringly effulgent form that you cannot even see some traditions. But Krishna's form is not some frightening form, but Krishna's form is very inviting, It's very inviting. Krishna's beautiful form. Brahma is singing. Venum kvanantam aravinda dalayataksham. Barhavatam samasitambuda sundarangam. Kandarpakotikamaniya vishesha shobham. Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Brahma is singing about Krishna's beautiful form. He says, Venum, Krishna is holding a flute in his hands, on his lips, and he has lotus petal like eyes, and his beautiful complexion. Barhavatam samasitam buddha sundarangam. His complexion is like clouds, beautiful bluish black clouds full of rain water. You can see sometimes in the rainy season, bluish, beautiful clouds. So his beautiful complexion is like that. Kandarpakotika maniya vishesha shobham. And he is so beautiful that he is attracting millions and millions of cupids. Cupids means Kamadev. Kamadev are very beautiful people. So Krishna's beauty is so enchanting that the beautiful Kamadevs, millions of them are being attracted by Krishna's beautiful form. So, like that, Brahma is speaking about Krishna's beautiful form. So, Krishna is not so very attractive personality, very beautiful personality. Krishna is not. Krishna is standing very gently. He's standing, and he has flute on his lips, and he is having a smile on his face, and he's very relaxed. When you go to any temple of Krishna, ISKCON temple, you'll see Krishna is nicely being decorated, very beautiful decoration, flowers, and then beautiful dresses, and then fruits, and then people are dancing, people are singing, and there is some beautiful fragrance coming, and people are enjoying. That means whenever you see Krishna's beautiful form, then it gives a message to you that come to me, you are very safe with me. It is not very frightening. He has no weapons in his hand, unlike some other gods that people worship. When you look at Krishna, he is very inviting, he is very safe. You feel that when you approach Krishna, you will be happy there. He has a gentle smile and he's very relaxed. So that is a beautiful form of Krishna. So uh, uh, Brahma is singing about Krishna's beautiful form. And why Krishna is so sweet? Why Krishna's beautiful form is so sweet? What is the answer to this question? Krishna's form is so sweet because Krishna's body is not like our body. Krishna's form is not like our form. Our form is a temporary form. Today I am looking like this. After a few years, my body form will change. I'll become old. My skin will become having wrinkles. I'll become old and then I'll look very ugly. But Krishna has a very eternal form. It is a permanent, eternal body. That's why as soon as he enters 16 years old, after that he doesn't grow. He doesn't become old. He just stays young, 16 years. Shama Sundara. We become old. That's why Krishna's form is so sweet, because it is eternal form. And it's not temporary form also. It is, our bodies are temporary. After some time we die and then this body goes away. But Krishna has an eternal, permanent form. Krishna is always in that beautiful form only. Not like us. That's why Krishna is so sweet, because his form is described as Satchit Ananda. It is eternal. It is full of consciousness. And it is Ananda. It is full of bliss. Therefore, devotees, they only pray. They pray to Krishna. Krishna, please let us never forget your this beautiful form. Devotees always have only one desire. Krishna, Krishna, let me never forget this beautiful form of yours. Ananda Chinmaya Sadujjvala Vigrahasya. The form is Ananda Chinmaya. It is beautiful. So this is the beautiful. So gopis are actually looking at Krishna's beautiful form, and sometimes gopis become very angry. They are angry because their eyelids are always closing. Tick, 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 they're closing. And they complain that Brahma, who created this body, he is not a good creator. He cannot create proper eyes also. He created eyes which are always blinking. They don't want to blink their eyes, because when you blink, you cannot see Krishna for a moment. And gopis say, we want to see Krishna all the time. We don't want eyes which blink. Because Krishna is so beautiful that they don't want to take their eyes from Krishna. So that is a beautiful form. So Krishna expresses his sweetness through his beautiful form. So that is one aspect. Okay. So Krishna is presenting his beautiful form. And next one is that Krishna is expressing his his sweetness through his activities. Krishna's activities are so sweet. Krishna is not just sitting in a temple and he's just doing like this. Okay, Ashirvad, Tathastu. Krishna is doing something all the time. Krishna is always busy. And what is he doing? Unlike other gods who are busy with some other activities, Krishna is going to some people's houses, some gopis' house, and he's stealing butter. God means blessing, but here Krishna, Supreme Lord, he is going and stealing in Gopi's house. And what is he stealing? He's stealing butter. And he's running away from his mother. Oh, I'm so afraid. My mother will catch me. She will beat me. He's running. His activities are stealing, running, and he's always practically playing some jokes with his friends, sitting and joking together, and he's laughing. And so these are the activities of God. So surprising. Special activities of Krishna. But why would Krishna do all these ordinary activities? Why would Krishna do? Because Krishna is God. God is doing such activities. Brahma is also sometimes confused. Brahma saw Krishna is sitting with his boyfriends, and then he is having breakfast, and he's eating with his left hand, and he's like some ordinary small child. And Brahma thought he cannot be God. He's acting like some small child and doing childish activities. That is Krishna. But why is he doing such ordinary activities? Because Krishna doesn't want that people think of him as great. Krishna wants people to love him. But Krishna wants love. Krishna doesn't want adoration of people. Oh, Krishna is God. Krishna is great. Krishna is looking for love. His need is love. You think Krishna is stealing butter because he doesn't have butter at his home? Yashoda Ma is not making butter. He has some need for butter. That's why he's going to others' house and stealing butter. No, Krishna is stealing butter because he's doing out of love. He is doing it because he wants to get caught by gopis. He wants to get scolded by gopis. He loves to get caught. He loves to get scolded. He loves interaction with devotees. Something you have to keep doing, enjoy. Because what happens, when God becomes like a power man, like a great, powerful personality, then there is a distance between you and devotee. But when God starts playing childishly, like how Krishna does, then that removes the distance between devotee and God. They become close. Greatness creates distance. And Krishna doesn't want to create any distance with this devotee. Krishna wants to become close. He wants to enjoy that love. with his devotees. That's why Krishna's activities are so personal, They are always very intimate. They are always very loving. Krishna runs in fear. Oh my God, my mother is catching me. Krishna cries. So would it like look good? God is crying. God is showing some symptom of some kind of inferiority. No, Krishna doesn't feel any inferior, despite the fact that he is getting caught, he is getting punished, which nobody likes. But God himself likes to get caught, scolded, and he wants to show that he's vulnerable in front of his devotees, not because he is inferior, but actually it is confidence of Krishna which is rooted in he's complete. He doesn't, everything is so complete that he doesn't feel anything inferior. So Krishna is doing all these activities, sweet activities. That's why Krishna is so sweet. Krishna's sweetness in his form, beautiful form that we discussed. Krishna's activities are so sweet. And last, third one is that Krishna's relationship with his devotees is the most astonishing expression of his sweetness. His relationship, beautiful form is very sweet, that we understood. Activities are also sweet, but his relationships with his devotees are extraordinarily sweet. Krishna gets bound by his mother Yashoda. In his relationship as a son and mother, Krishna gets bound. Mother Yashoda catches Krishna and ties him with a rope. And then gopis order, command Krishna, do this, do that, come here. Father also commands, Krishna, bring my shoes. And Krishna brings the shoes. And gopis also sometimes say, sit here, dance now, we will give some sweet. And gopas, sometimes they defeat Krishna in fighting, in playing. Krishna gets defeated. And then this is extraordinary. This is not some mythology. This is not some imagination. Krishna really gets defeated. Krishna really gets bound by mother. Krishna really gets ordered by gopis. This is radical. No other tradition about spirituality, about God consciousness brings this element about God getting bound by devotees. What do we understand? In Damodar Lila, Krishna gets caught. And that means that the Supreme Lord gets controlled by his devotees. God, who is infinite, he is bound by a small rope. Unlimited God, infinite God, gets bound by his mother by a rope. And the Supreme Parameshwara, who is controlling the entire universe, he is getting controlled by his mother Yashoda. Why? What we want, what Krishna teaches to us by these activities. He teaches us that love has greater power than God's power. He shows that love of devotee is more powerful than my power. God is the most powerful personality, but Krishna said, I'm not powerful. My devotee's love is more powerful. And Krishna allows devotees to control him. Krishna wants devotees to control him with love, not by fear. Generally, people are afraid of God because of his greatness, his power. But Krishna doesn't like that kind of a control by fear. Krishna says, I don't want to be, people should control me with love. Krishna wants that somebody control him. He likes him. You understand, right? That is why Krishna is doing all these activities. Krishna is allowing his devotees, gopis, gopas, Yashodama, through their love, Krishna wants them to control, and he enjoys that, and he displays that I am weak in comparison to the love of my devotees. It's such a beautiful, sweet personality Krishna is. God, generally, we don't understand this personality of God. We think Krishna is only displaying, God is displaying his greatness. But actually, Krishna is displaying his greatness through his sweetness. And the highest sweetness is that he wants to get controlled by the love of his devotees. Such a sweet aspect of God. Krishna is ready, actually. If you love Krishna, Krishna is willing to get controlled. This is the radical theology of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Generally, people don't understand this aspect of Krishna. Or they generally accept Krishna as some Govardhan, he lifted Govardhan, he killed Putana, he killed Rakshasa, he killed Kamsa, he helped Arjuna in fighting the battle. Yes, he did all these things. Great. But the greatest thing about Krishna is that he always likes to get controlled by the love of his devotee. That means love is more powerful than God himself. That's what Krishna wants to prove. He wants to be possessed by love, not obeyed by fear. Such a nice quality, right? Such a beautiful person, such a powerful person, such sweet activities, and such sweet feelings Krishna has. That's why we call him Madhurāḍipati. He is not just some imaginary sweetness, it's not just some idea, it is tattva. Krishna tattva is like that. Bhagavatam, when you read, then you'll understand the real feature, the real supreme qualities of Krishna. Bhagavatam, when you read, you'll understand. You read Chaitanya Charitamrita, you'll understand. You understand, right? So, and one more thing, Krishna just doesn't attract through his beautiful form and activity. He attracts through his flute also. It's called venu-mādhurya. I just forgot about that. Venu-mādhurya. Yes, Krishna is the only one who plays venu, the murali or the flute. And when he plays the flute, then what happens? Not just human beings, not just yogis, not just Shiva from Lord in the Kailash. He gets stunned when he listens the sound, the of flute. Brahmaji gets awakened from his samadhi, and Shiva is in meditation, and he wakes up. And then the birds who are flying in the sky, they just get frozen in the sky. The river starts flowing backwards, and the cows who are chewing, they get stunned, and then they just stay like this, stunned. And gopis who are at their home, they leave everything, their children, their family, their house, in the deep dark night. They leave home, and they come running to Krishna, because that sweet sound of Krishna is so sweet that it's so mesmerizing. So Krishna is so sweet in so many different ways. Krishna is sweet in his sweet, beautiful form. And his activities, when you read from Bhagavatam, so sweet, 10th canto. And his relationship, he wants to get in a relationship where he allows his devotees to control. He says, control me. And then finally, we also spoke about the flute, which is the sweetest sound. So that's why we say Madhurāḍipate madhuram, Madhurāḍipate madhuram, Madhurāḍipate madhuram, Madhurāḍipate madhuram. So in that way we understood, actually, this is how Krishna expresses his sweetness. We need to really understand this aspect of Krishna. And so we should understand Gaudiya Vaishnavism is the only tradition where they go deep. In other traditions, Krishna is generally understood as great, supreme controller, but they don't really speak about sweetness. So now we are speaking about Krishna's sweet, and this is the supreme quality of Krishna. Krishna's greatness lies in his sweetness. Okay, so that's it for today. I thought we'll have a short class, and today is the second day of this special seminar.